Hey guys, I've got a little bit different video for you today and I really think you're going to enjoy this. So I'm going to take you through the process, my process of how I sometimes structure a song with clean rhythm guitars and distorted rhythm guitars. Now the song that we're going to go through today is called The Healing. It's actually track number 11. I always forget. From my first album, Apocalyptic Dreams. So what I want to do, guys, I want to let you listen to about 30 seconds of the song because I want you to hear the clean part and I want you to hear how that transitions into the distorted guitar rhythm part as well. And then we'll break that down and talk about it. And I'll actually show you the chords as well. So you've got the clean part here. This is a very simple chord progression. I'll actually play it for you in a second here. But basically all you have is just like a C, then a D, then an E minor. And I just play those chords, the D and the E minor, a different way than the normal way, so to speak. And I'll share that with you. But the one part I want to focus on, for the structure here is how we transition from the clean part to where you hear the distorted guitars come in. So let me bring this in real quick and I'm just going to show you what I'm doing for the clean part here. This is kind of like a song structure lesson and I'm going to show you how to play the song type of lesson. We're just kind of throwing it all in one here today. Three really simple chords. I am playing just a normal C, okay, but I'm playing it all the way through, all strings. And then what I'm doing for the D is I'm actually sliding those first two notes up. So you're on strings A and D, and you're on frets 3 and 2, okay? So all I'm doing is just sliding those up a whole step to frets 5 and 4. And then I just arpeggiate those three notes, the 5th fret, the 4th fret, and then that G string is actually open. I just, go down and back up. But I start picking those notes, before I actually get there. So it's kind of like I'm starting to pick as I slide. And if you caught that, that's kind of like that Def Leppard chord from Hysteria. I'll stop right there. But the next note I hit in this progression, again, this is an extremely simple song, is I go to a Metallica style E minor. So I'm throwing in some of my 80s influence in this song. And that E minor is just played like a regular E minor, but that third note is the 4th fret, 3rd string, 4th fret instead of the 2nd. So and occasionally in this particular song I might hit a harmonic. But that's pretty much it for the clean part. Now I want you to focus on the transition of going from the clean guitars to the distorted guitars. And this part's really the chorus because this is, again, this is an instrumental track, by the way. I don't remember if I said that before, but this is where the lead guitar part really carries the melody that you would expect the singer to carry in the chorus of a song. So what I do here, of course, I'm going to show you the chords and all that good stuff. But what I do is I do a little build up before it gets there. I don't just jump right into it. So when I recorded this song, You know, I played the clean parts, I recorded that as a separate track. Then I had a new track for the distorted guitars, and as I'm finishing the clean part on that E minor before going to that chorus, I do some little light palm muting there to kind of build it up, and then bang, there's the chorus right there. So let me play that transition really quick for you, and then I'll bring it in and I'll show you exactly how I'm doing this on guitar. Alright, so going from the clean rhythm guitars to the chorus, okay, because again, this chorus carries the melody of the song. We're doing not really a transition. I mean, it's a transition by nature, but all we're doing, we're not like really doing anything special. We're just letting it build up with some palm muting here instead of going from clean to distorted guitars. So this is probably one of the most important parts of this video. I don't know if we're calling this a lesson or what we're calling it. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I think it would help. But I'm just kind of like building it up a little bit with some simple palm muting. Okay, just like that before I go into the notes. So basically, so again, all I'm doing is just building it up with a palm mute. I'm not doing a full-on aggressive palm mute. It's not like, it's more like, each palm mute gets a little bit louder, okay? So we can kind of have that build. And then I'm just playing an E, C, G. The next chord after G is really a D chord. However, on guitar, I'm playing that a little bit differently. I'm actually hitting that F sharp note first, and then my second note is that A string 5th fret. So E string 2, A string 5. It's a really cool sound. I love those chords. I know there's a fancy name for those chords, and I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comments. Please do, because I always forget what it is. I just call it the extremely cool sounding chord, you know. But you would normally you'd play an A. I'm sorry. Normally you'd play a D. It'd be like, but instead I'm going. And then at the end of that, I do this just tiny little riff. And that's just on that first string, 1, 2, 2, 3. Then the next string, 2, then back. Then that's it. So let me take you through that again real quick. So as the clean guitar is finishing that E minor that it's playing before going into the chorus, I start doing that palm mute and I go right into the chord progression here. Alright, so we went through the verse, which that's our clean guitar sound. Then we had the transition / little build there to go into the distorted guitar part, which is the chorus. And basically the song, this particular song, repeats that pattern again. Here's where the song takes you for a little turn. After that, we go into this really spacious, way out there in a different universe, you know, kind of like tapping at the heartstrings, punching in the soul, that sort of thing, with this ambient bridge. And this is the kind of thing when I'm structuring a song, especially a song like this one, this is the kind of thing I like to throw in so that the listener doesn't get too comfortable with the way the song is. And I guess that's kind of a nice way of saying doesn't get too bored with the song. So I like to throw in these little parts on some of my songs. This is what the bridge sounds like. Now I'm not going to play this with the cool effects, I'm just going to play the clean parts just so you can hear it here. So this is what I'm playing, I think. I hope I remember how to play this. all that is just me finger picking 2 notes. Okay, so in everything I'm playing until I get to that last little part there, everything I'm playing is on the A string and the B string. So I'm starting out on the 7th fret of the A string and then the 8th fret of the B string. Then the next set of frets I'm hitting, and it's going to be A and B, will be 5 and 7. Then I go back. Then it's going to be 10 and 12. Then we're going to go 14, 15, 12, 13, back to 10, 12, 5, 7, 7, 8, 10 and 12. Now here I switch strings, and this is more of just like skipping one string here. It's going to be on the G and the E string, skipping the B. Okay, and that's going to be the frets on that I'm hitting. What am I doing here? I'm doing 14 and 17. Then 12 and 15. Now just a quick guitar player note. I actually recorded that specific part, actually that entire song, with the Pod HD 500, which had some amazing like reverb, particle verb, and delay effects mixed in together. I've yet to replicate that particular sound with anything else. I've gotten really close with some of the bias stuff, you know, Positive Grid's Bias FX, gotten really close to that. Putting something like that in your song will just kind of break things up a little bit. And again, you kind of want to take your listener on that journey, on that far out place, and they're like, wow, this whole thing is just epic. You know, it's not just a song, it's an experience. Now, I want to play you another little clip real quick, just a few seconds, and this is going to be the ambient part going into what we'll call the guitar solo, which happens to be the exact same progression as the chorus. Now the cool thing about this, and I'm making this more about the rhythms, I'm not going to touch on the leads. I might do the guitar solos for this particular song in another video, but the really cool thing about this is the lead guitar is doing something different, and because of that, you don't really realize that the chord progression is the same as the chorus. And basically the song just kind of ends out, you know, on that note or on those notes, that progression of the chorus. But again, the guitar's doing more of a guitar solo, right? It's not repeating the exact same pattern that you heard for the other choruses. Now, after the solo, then the lead guitar goes back towards that melody that it was playing in the other choruses. So you've got like the same chord progressions with the guitar solo and then the actual melody for the chorus, all in the same progression there, and then the song just kind of ends out on that. So again, that's just a really common way of how I like to structure my songs when they have clean rhythm guitars and they go to distorted rhythm guitars and they also go back to a clean. Because again, a lot of times you might have an intro or outro that's clean, but then the rest of the song's just distorted guitars. Well, that's kind of easy, but when you're flopping back and forth between clean, distortion, and then throw another wrench in there with the ambient style, it's a little bit more delicate approach that it takes to really, you know, give your song that life and to captivate the listener. So I just wanted to share my process and how I structure things like this. Maybe someday I'll come back on here and show you guys the lead patterns to this, because that's a little bit different animal. Is that a Def Leppard pun? I do like the song Animal, that's pretty cool. Anyway guys, let me know if you have any questions about the song structure. It's pretty simple as far as the rhythms and the chords go. You guys saw that, but let me know if you have any questions about that. Also, of course, as you would expect, there's a link in the description to go listen to this album. That link actually takes you to my website on jasonstallworth.com, and when you get to that web page, then you'll see the different sources where you can listen and buy this album, Apocalyptic Dreams. Again, that's my very first album, And, you know, I probably have more questions about songs off that album than any other album I've ever put out. So, you know, thank you guys for that. I've had a lot of support for that. But yeah, definitely check that out. And again, let me know if you have any questions or comments below. And guys, until the next video, as always, keep it metal.